first. And Ryan is on at first on the fielder's choice, and the base runner is held at third. Wanted it a little too hard.
And too much back to Gooden. Gooden, even though he turns the wrong way, watch him turn to the right. And he has to make an awkward throw to second base. He turns to the right, and now he makes the tailing throw. But another example of what a good athlete Dwight Gooden is. You see, Alan Ashby. Ashby does not possess the speed of a guy at third base where you're going to make a play like that, nor is the bunt too nice. But Reynolds easily out at second base.
One down for Bill Doran. Runners on the corner. Ryan at first. Ashby at third. Doran pounds it at the plate. Hit a home run here, left-handed.
Excuse me, Keith. Hernandez playing behind Nolan Ryan at first base. And the reason first basemen do that is to give them the fatter part of the field to field the ball for the possible 3-6-3 double play.
Pitch is high and tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Doran's home run coming off Ron Darley. In the ball game won by Houston. Lost by Houston, actually. It was the game which Dykstra hit the home run to beat him 6-5.
Come on, Blake, come on!
Alan Ashby doubled to lead the inning. Reynolds singled, but Ashby held at third, and he's still there. And Doran pounded it straight back as he went for that high fastball.
And again, the Met infielders are thinking that if the ball is not hit sharply, they may come home because of the fact that Doran runs so well, and he is a tough man to double.
Checked it. They appeal it. Third base umpire Lee Wire says no, but it was close.
Bill Doran trying to lay off of the high fastball, and Joe West and Lee Wire said he did. Whenever the body is used that much in the swing, rarely does a third base or first base umpire call it a swing.
Foul ball left side. So Gooden bearing down on Doran, trying to get him with a base runner at third. No score in the ball game and 1 out. This the second time in the ball game that Houston has had a man on third.
And the 5th time in the 2 games against Gooden that they've had a man on third and less than 2 out. And the first 4 times they have failed to score him.
When you get into a circumstance like this is where the great pitchers really come to the front. They bear down. But pitching to Bill Doran is a little different than pitching to Mike Scott. Ball is hit on the ground. Backman bobbles it for a moment. Back to Santana. Throw to first. No, didn't get him. Run scores from third. And the Astros take the lead 1-0. Got Ryan coming down, but they didn't get the double play because Backman seemed to have a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove.
Yes, he did, and they had a chance to double Doran because he spins in the box. He doesn't get out of the box. Now watch the delay in Backman. He can't get the ball out of his glove. Santana, of course, catches the ball off the bag, but that's a neighborhood play. You're always going to get that play if it's fluid enough, but Santana clearly off the bag when Backman fed him the ball.
Scoring in the meantime from third is Alan Ashby. And it's 1-0 Astros. They've got 6 hits now off Gooden in the ball game. 1-6-0. Nothing but zeros hanging down the line for the Mets. The batter is Billy Hatcher, who has singled in 2 trips. 2 out now.
A lot of times a catcher can pick up whether a runner is running or not when he nonchalants his way off of first base. If you're too nonchalant down there, then possibly your catcher can call for a pitch out.
With 2 down, ball 1 count on Billy Hatcher. Bill Doran on first. 1 run is in for Houston. And time.
Here's that play one more time. Now watch how Santana comes off the bag and then receives the ball. Backman cannot get the ball out of his glove in time. You see Santana's way off the bag. That's the old neighborhood play. Almost all umpires will give that to a shortstop or a second baseman to prevent an injury.
Once in a great while, though, there's an upset.
That's right.
Doran goes. Throwback Carter. Safe. That is the 6th stolen base by the Astros.
I'll tell you, you can accuse me of a prejudiced remark again, but when a batter sticks that bat out with no intent to bunt the ball, but his only intent is to interfere with the catcher, in my opinion, that rule ought to be changed and the batter ought to be called out. You could see clearly that Hatcher had no intent on bunting the ball.
I don't disagree with you a bit. Pitch is high and tight to Billy Hatcher. Man on deck is Denny Walling. Doran is now up at second base. Here's another look at what Tim is talking about.
And the reason, see, a hitter does that is to block the view of the catcher and to keep him back. He has no intent of putting the ball in play. And in my opinion, that's intentional interference.
And Hatcher walks. That is the first walk issued by Dwight Gooden in the ball game. And now it brings up Denny Walling, who hits from the left side. He has a single and 2 trips. Nothing. Houston leads. Ashby doubled to lead this inning and finally scored when the Mets missed the double play. Breaking pitch is low. Walling hit the ball. A fly ball to left center his last time up. Kind of a handle hit. But they give him a lot of room in left center. If he could drive one up through there, he'd have some room to run. And the folks on the bases would be flying, but this is popped up on the left side. High hanger, giving Wilson plenty of time in short left to make the catch. So the Astros strand 2, but they score 1, and they lead in the middle of the 5th, 1-0. CFA College football on ABC Saturday. Number 2 Alabama goes to Knoxville against an old foe Tennessee, while Baylor goes over to College Station to play Texas A&M. Baylor upset last night. I don't know if it's an upset or not, but they were beaten by SMU on Saturday last, which is a bit of a surprise in the Southwest Conference. So the Bears liable to be a little angry going in against A&M. That's on ABC this coming Saturday. Now Gary Carter, and only Gary Carter and Rafael Santana have not been struck out today by Nolan Ryan, as he totals 8 in the ball game, and his team leads 1-0, and he starts Carter with a curveball outside.
I'll tell you, we talked at the beginning of game 3, the first game here at Shea, how important the crowd would be here at Shea Stadium as far as the Mets are concerned. The crowds have not been a factor here at Shea in any of the games so far.
Fastball is just off the outside. There's Ruth, the pretty girl that he went to high school with and married. And Lives with in Albin, Texas. Raising fine family and in the ranching business. High fly ball lifted out into right field for Kevin Bass. And Bass makes the catch. One down. So Gary Carter's bat remains quiet.
Carter has been totally frustrated by the Astro pitchers so far. Gary, a very animated player, of course, and the Astro pitchers have totally taken the animation away from Carter.
Now Darryl Strawberry. Running fastball outside. Strawberry struck out looking. His first time up today. Just inside with that one, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Keith, when you think about it, the Mets have had only one lead in this 3-game set here at Shea, and that was when Dykstra hit the home run. At no other time have the Mets been ahead.
Right. Houston pitching has been remarkable.
Surely
last
has.
month of the season. Ooh. Now Ryan in danger of losing Strawberry as he goes to 3 balls and no strikes. He has retired 13 in a row.
And I would imagine Davy Johnson will give Strawberry the green light here. Chance for the Mets to tie it up. He has homered against Ryan once this year.
There's an umpire in the stands with the big boys. 3-1 count to Strawberry. 3-2 count to Strawberry.
Darryl a little bit more upset than he really should be. Those pitchers are not only close, but he's got a chance if he hits the ball out of the ballpark to tie it up. You want to hit in this situation. That ball might have been low, but the fact is you can't get upset because you still got a chance to swing the timber.
3-2. Foul ball. Bill Robinson gives it away, throws it up into the crowd. Wilson on deck, middle of the order, up for the Mets in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out. Ball is hit deep to right. Home run. Fastball, when you turn it around, it goes out like a bullet.
And I ask you, is the ball that curls around the pole better than a walk? I think Davy Johnson and Darryl Strawberry will say yes. Watch the hesitation at the top of the windup. Ball down and in. Not long.
It was he knew it was gone. It's just a question of whether it stayed fair or not.
It was hooking in a hurry toward that line. Just fair.
And the score is tied. The first hit of the ball game for the Mets in the 5th inning. After Ryan had retired 13 in a row, And the hit ties the game. Second home run of the series for Strawberry, and Mookie Wilson is the batter. Mookie struck out swinging back in the second inning. One ball and one strike.
Tell you, in my opinion, that ball down and in, the most dangerous pitch to any hitter. And the reason is you don't have to have full extension when you swing the bat. All you have to do is drop the bat head on it. I've often said it, if guys who swung clubs didn't like balls down and in, they'd make tees higher.
1-2 to Wilson. Fouled away.
Of course, I've been jammed on some golf swings, too.
Yeah, I've had that adventure any number of times. Changes up a bit, and the ball is well off the mark. Even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Games 6 and 7, if needed, will be played in the Astrodome in Houston tomorrow and Thursday. Swing, foul tip, held by Ashby, and Wilson is the 9th strikeout victim of the game for Ryan.
That ball down and in. You see, there's not a lot of extension on his swing, and he hooks it down into the corner. The only problem, as far as Strawberry was concerned, is will it hit the foul pole? Close, huh?
Oh, really was close. Now Ray Knight with 2 out, and there's a rip foul on the left side.
How about that camera work? Following that ball right down to see that it was about 3 inches inside the line and hooking. Had that been at the Astrodome, that would not have been a home run. It's 338 down the line there, right, and that would have been the difference. Of course, it's 338 down the line here at Shea, too, isn't it?
Maybe they got a wider foul pole. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ball just doesn't carry in the dome, though, like it does here at Shea Stadium. It has turned out to be a nice day.
Yep, it has. Comes inside tonight. Misses there to make it 2-1. I was about to make a comment that there's been less expectoration in this series than any that I can ever remember, and what does Hal do but twinkle? Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, but tobacco chewing on these 2 teams seems to be minimal.
Excellent observation.
Came from my wife. Sharply hit, but right at the shortstop, Craig Reynolds. So Dwight Gooden has the first run in his behalf, and he's only even at 1-1 after 5. Back after this word from your local station.
Wednesday, Larry's up. These guys. The Everglades means airboating, as close as you can get to flying without leaving the ground. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp, Old Milwaukee beer. And smooth, golden Old Milwaukee Light.
There's nothing like the flavor of a special place than Old Milwaukee beer.
Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light.
Hey, guys, it doesn't get any better than this.
Texas is my name.
We move to the top of the 6th inning now in a 1-1 ball game. Strawberry's home run off Nolan Ryan tying it up. And now Dwight Gooden ready to pitch to Glenn Davis, Kevin Bass, and Jose Cruz. Strike call. Davis, fly ball to right. Hit pretty well, and then looping fly ball to left field. That's foul back. Hello there. Two strikes on Davis. A 1-1 ball game, top of the 6th inning. Game 5 of the National League Championship Series, and the series is all even at 2-2, and this is a bouncer out to Wally Backman. One down. Here's Kevin Bass coming up. Bass with a single in 2 trips. High and away. Ball 1.
Kevin Bass came to the Astros back in 1982 when Don Sutton went to the Milwaukee Brewers. And also coming over to the Astros, Mike Madden and Frank DiPino. And DiPino has since gone to the Chicago Cubs for Davey Lopes. So a good deal for the Astros.
2-0 now to Bass.
Don Sutton, on the other hand, has gone on to win over 300 ball games in the last, of course, not in the last 4 years, but to extend his record to over 300 wins. But not with the Brewers. He did not fare well with the Brewers.
Now Gooden now goes high and wide again, and he's behind at 3 balls and no strikes on Kevin Bass.
Kevin has told us that he was very much influenced by Cecil Cooper, the fine first baseman of the Milwaukee Brewers. And the way he leans on that back foot, similar styles as Cecil Cooper.
Brings that one in. 3-1. Santana waves at it, hits sharply into left center field, and Bass is aboard with a single. Base hit number 7, and Jose Cruz coming to the plate. And we'll bring you now Jim Doc Ewell with this melody.
Hey, Cheo Cruz, the Astro man. Hit the ball, run all the way around. People in the stand just a jumping up and down. Pitcher on the mound just a kicking at the ground. Hey, Cheo Cruz, the home run man.
Doc, 25 years with the ball club. Been with him from the very beginning.
Oh, what a great little ditty that Doc wrote, he said, when Shea was in a slump this year. And he said he went out after he wrote it and sang it in the trainer's room, and Jose hit a home run and started tearing the cover off the ball.
And Jose at the plate, 1 for 2 on the day with 1 out, and Bass on first base in a 1-1 ball game, and the pitch is high and tight. I thought it was funny when you were taping it while it was pouring down rain yesterday, and Doc didn't want to quit. He wanted to sing all afternoon.
That's right. He had several more he sang for us.
1-7-0 for Houston, 1-1-0 for New York. Bass creeping off first. Cruz shoots it foul upstairs, out of play. Jose's brothers Heidi and Tommy live in Puerto Rico along with Jose. They now are making uniforms, in the business of making uniforms for sports teams. They're also probably one of the reasons he plays winter ball every year, because they con him into it. They won't let him sit around the house.
Played winter ball for 16 straight years.
The 1-1 pitch. He was late on it. Snap throw to first. Bass is back.
Also around the dinner table, if you say pass the potatoes, Jose, 8 hands reach for the potatoes. Jose Cruz has 3 sons named Jose.
Holding Bass at first. Ashby is on deck. One thing to note about this Houston ball club, it's been the bottom third of the order, though, that's really been pesky. They really have been troublesome for New York pitching. Foul back.
The key 2-run homer by Alan Ashby in Sunday night's game. Dickie Thon hitting 8th, hit a solo home run. Craig Reynolds is 4 for 7 in the series, batting out of the 8 hole to reinforce that point of yours.
One-two to Cruz. Bass goes. Breaking pitch. Carter's throw. Out. Perfect throw by Carter.
And he had a very tough pitch to throw. This is only the second Astro that has been caught during this series. Curveball. Bass had a good jump, but watch where the throw is. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect.
And 2 down now with Cruz still at the plate with a count of 2-2.
That's a great shot and a great indicator of Rafael Santana straddling the bag as opposed to standing in front of the bag and bringing the ball back. Straddling the bag, the proper way to handle it.
Gooden's curve is outside to go full now on Cruz. The game is in the top of the 6th inning. 1-1 tie. Strikes him out. Big jump curveball. So they get Bass trying to steal, and Astros turned away in a 1-1 game. The most watched pair of hands in baseball right now belong to Mike Scott. He can't even put him in his pocket without somebody watching.
That, of course, gum wrapper. That's, I guess that type of paper is called a de-scuffer.
Nolan Ryan is out on the mound now. And is pitching to Rafael Santana, the pitcher Dwight Gooden, and then Len Dykstra. And we're getting some stirring around in the Houston Astros bullpen as Charlie Kerfell gets up and starts loosening up. And Noli misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Santana. That's big, Charlie. I don't know if we've got it up or handy or can show it to you, but the behind the back catch he made the other day was absolutely hilarious. Off Gary Carter. Carter almost dehorned him, and he flagged it behind the back. Gave him a big point. And away he went. Blowing away. 3 balls and a strike now.
One of the reasons Kerfell is up is Hal Lanier may be more inclined to go back to that 100-pitch limit with Nolan Ryan.
Outside corner, and now it's a full count, 3-2.
Ryan also the 3rd hitter in the 7th inning. And he has thrown 83 pitches so far today.
That's popped up and back in the crowd.
And for those of you who may not know why he is on the 100-pitch limit, it's because he was on the disabled list for the first time in his remarkable career this year. Strained medial collateral ligament in that elbow.
Broken bat bouncer to Reynolds at shortstop. Throws low, but Davis digs it out. Santana's retired. Now the pitcher, Dwight Gooden. What was that?
Blue hair.
Strike one to Gooden. Bends him away. You can see that he wears well. A 1-1 pitch, 2-1.
Gooden had 21 hits for the Mets last year. He did not fare that well this year, only 7 for 81. But he is strong. His only home run coming against Rick Rhoden of the Pittsburgh Pirates last year.
Ball hit to right. Bass almost coasted too long because it started sinking on Kevin, and he had to turn it on a little bit and catch it knee high. So Dwight almost had himself a base hit. Now it's Lynn Dykstra, top of the order. Struck out looking, struck out swinging, and this is a high pop up to the third baseman, Denny Walling. So Nolan Ryan gets him in order in the bottom of the sixth, and after 6 at Shea Stadium, a 1-1 tie.
ABC Sports Exclusive is being brought to you by the Heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet.
What started out as gloomy and almost a forbidding kind of a day, if you were interested in practicing something outdoors, has turned into quite a nice day. And this will wind up the 3 games at Shea Stadium, and we're off to Houston, back to the Astrodome, where Bob Ojeda will face either Bob Knepper or Jim DeShays in Game 6 tomorrow at 3 Eastern Time here on ABC. Bottom third of the order, Alan Ashby, Craig Reynolds, and then the pitcher spot. Alan Ashby has struck out looking, doubled, and scored Houston's run.
Let's go, Hawkins! Let's go, Blues Cowboys!
Second baseman Backman. 1 out. Here's Bob Ojeda, who was a winner in game number 2, and he's doing the charting today.
One of the reasons Ojeda has been so effective this year is he has been thrown in with a lot of hard throwers. Ron Darling, Dwight Gooden, Sid Fernandez, and Ojeda the perfect complement for those types of pitchers.
Well, he scattered 10 hits the other night, but even though they had 10 hits, he was in absolute control of the ballgame. Reynolds swings and misses on a big jug curve, and Ryan has come out and swinging the bat. So unless Reynolds produces a scoring opportunity here for Houston, I would say Nolan will take his swing.
Yeah, even if Craig gets a single, I would imagine Hal Lanier will leave Ryan in to bunt him over. However, if he gets a double or a triple, it might be a pinch hitter for Ryan.
Yep. Kerfeld now has slowed down in the pen. Ryan ready to stay as Gooden goes again with that change curve and doesn't get it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks on it. 2 balls and a strike. So now Gooden trying to show Reynolds something a little different, and he falls behind 2-1.
Mookie Wilson very, very deep in left field. And we talked about the Mets and how deep their outfielders play. The opposite field, Craig Reynolds would have to hit a ball twice to get it to Wilson right now. Entirely too deep.
Gets around on the curveball, hits it to Hernandez. Gooden covers, and Reynolds is out.
Houston pitcher Nolan Ryan.
It is a little tricky hop, but a hop that to which Hernandez adjusts, because the hop took place far enough away from him to adjust. If that hop takes place with close proximity to a fielder, then it could be trouble, but not that one.
And with 2 out, bases empty, Nolan Ryan at the plate. High. Ball 1 to Ryan. Wasn't a bad cut on that high fastball.
Gooden, one of the few pitchers, however, that's easier to handle when his ball's down in the strike zone.
Another foul tip. And it's 1-2.
Players used to call swings like that ooh swing, because that's what you get from the crowd, that ooh, and you foul it back. Oohs and ahs.
Yogi in the Houston dugout. That still doesn't seem quite normal, does it? The Yogi in the Houston dugout.
Anytime you see Yogi away from the New York scene of baseball, doesn't seem quite right, but a good friend of John McMullen, the owner of the Houston Astros, and John asked him to come down and help out this year, and he obliged, and glad he had.
Punch foul right side.
Yogi was talking about his World Series mementos the other day. He said he not only has World Series rings, but he has a silver service, bracelets for his wife Carmen, and even a candelabra from the World Series. 21 of them.
If he makes it this year, he ties Crosetti, right? Frankie Crosetti? Oh, he'd be 1 back. That's right. Frankie has 23. Outside corner, called strike 3. So Gooden gets him in order. Houston has 7 hits. The Mets only 1, but it's a 1-1 tie.
I have 3 grown.
Yeah, I belong to a club. Here's your Coors Light.
Yeah, I'm thinking about joining a club, but can't seem to find a good enough reason. I mean, is a flat stomach a good enough reason?
Nope.
Building up my endurance?
Nope.
Big muscles?
No.
See the club, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh! What's the name of that club?
No slowing down
Rob?
with the silver bullet tonight.
We move to the home half of the 7th inning of play in a 1-1 ball game in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series. Game 6, American League, coming up tonight from Fenway Park in Boston. Angels leading that one, 3-2. And the optimistic weather forecast now appears that they will be able to get the ball game played. Wally Backman, Keith Hernandez, and Gary Carter to face Nolan Ryan. Outside corner, that running fastball.
Look how close Glenn Davis is at first base and Denny Walling at third base. Glenn Davis assuring himself he will not be burned again with that bunt as he was in Game 3.
That was when Scott ran over Backman.
Of course, with 2 strikes now, Davis is back into his position. Backman has not tried a bunt with 2 strikes this year. However, Lynn Dykstra has tried to drag bunt with 2 strikes on 3 occasions this year.
One and 2 to Wally Backman. Struck out looking, and a fly ball to left field. He's hummed it up there 3 times in a row at 90 miles an hour. And that'll be 4 in a row as he strikes out Wally Backman for the 2nd time today.
And you could, excuse me, Keith, you could clearly see that Alan Ashby gave that sign, the 1 finger and in the circle, and the ball went away from Wally Backman. That is that unusual movement on that pitch that we've been talking about.
And that's strikeout number 10 for Ryan. No one has done it as many times as Nolan Ryan.
4,277 regular season games, or regular season strikeouts.
Tried the curve there and did not have it. Ball 1 to Keith Hernandez. Gary Carter is on deck. Darryl Strawberry's home run just barely fair.
That's the regular fastball away. So that ball stayed up on a regular plane. The one to Backman kind of tailed out of the strike zone. And that's when Ashby puts down 1 and puts his finger in a little circle.
Pretty hard to be pitching a 1-hitter in the bottom of the 7th inning and be tied.
1 base runner in the ball game for the Mets.
Right.
That's the regular fastball away.
Well, now, it's regular in a sense.
Yeah. Well put. Regular old 92 mile an hour fastball.
That's hit to right on the nose. Bass will play it. And Hernandez is aboard with the Mets' 2nd hit of the ball game.
That fastball in the identical spot as Darryl Strawberry's home run, down and in. So the Mets have two hits today, 1 a home run. Both pitches were down and in.
And I won't be surprised by what the Houston pin starts stirring. Charlie Kerfeld is getting up one more time. Won't take him long because he's been up before. Gary Carter with 1 out, and Hernandez at first base with Strawberry to the on-deck circle. A 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Carter falls down, rolls over, and fouls it off.
That ball off the front foot of Gary Carter. Gary writhing in pain, but he's had a lot of those. You kind of get punchy from those shots behind the plate.
He's pretty well wrapped up these days, too.
He's got tape both ankles. right knee that had arthroscopic surgery last October. He takes a pounding, but he keeps on picking.
Just low.
A lot of times you can tell, even when a hitter takes a pitch, that he's struggling. And you could tell by the way Gary Carter took that pitch that he's really unsure of himself at the plate right now. Off balance.
Foul, past third. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Carter. Not smooth. He's jumping at it.
Yep.
You see, if Ryan had a real true change, I mean, could really slow it up. Big rainbow. Gary might fall down.
Something on the outside part of the plate. He has come inside 3 times to Carter. I would imagine you'll see Ashby move away now. We'll see.
Hernandez on first with 1 out and a 1-2 pitch to Carter.
Fastball away.
2-2. Almost got him to bite. Full count, 3-2.
The big difference at 2-2 count and 3-2 count, because now Hernandez will be running in all probability, thereby staying out of the double play unless the ball is really smoked to Reynolds or to Doran.
Ryan did not like that last call. He still got his cap in his hand and he's walking around out on the mound. Not pleased. High, towering, way up, pop-up, mile high. Reynolds, the shortstop. And 2 down.
And Keith, I can't believe Keith Hernandez was not running on that play. Regardless of how a hitter's going, I mean, Gary Carter is basically a contact hitter, but Keith Hernandez was not running.
Darryl Strawberry coming up. This his last time up. And watch the flight of the ball. It just curls around the foul pole for a home run to tie the game at 1-1. Now with 2 out, Strawberry stands in against Ryan. You think he'll see anything inside this time?
Well, that's where you have to pitch him, but not then.
Ran that fastball down and away. Swinging strike.
See that ball down and in. If you lift that same pitch up about 6 inches, that's where a pitcher really jams a left-handed hitter. And good low ball hitters are more easily jammable than a guy who hits the high fastball.
Ryan bobbing his head, talking to himself, fussing a little bit now. Herfeld is up. But right now, not throwing. He's a spectator. He's throwing easily once in a while to stay loose. He's all loaded up, though. One ball, 2 strikes now to Strawberry. Well, he had 2 strikes on him a while ago when he hit the home run. Not bad credentials for a young player.
27 of those home runs this year.
High in the air, coming back out of play. There was that running fastball again.
The reason you can jam low ball hitters is it doesn't take as fast a bat to hit a low pitch as well as it does a high pitch. When you're trying to hit that high pitch, you have to be a lot quicker than you do when you hit the ball down in the strike zone.
One-two to Strawberry. That got a few woos out of the crowd. It was close. But Joe West didn't give him the call, and that's the second time in this inning Nolan's been prowling around the mound. Mookie Wilson watching the goings-on and from the on-deck circle. Foul ball, left side. Never did get everybody in the stadium today. There's quite a few empty seats about. But the decision to play the game, the rain stopped, bingo. Out comes president of the league, Chuck Feeney. He says, get the tarp off. They got it off. They scattered some of that dry stuff around, and we were playing within a half an hour, less than a half an hour. The weather's gotten better and better and better. Start the sequence again now after Strawberry stepped out. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. Hernandez off first. And it's a full count.
Well, now Keith Hernandez will be running 3-2 and 2 out. And that's why it's so important not to get in that situation, because now Hernandez possibly can score on a short double or a long single. Glenn Davis will be playing behind Nolan Ryan.
The home run hit by Strawberry came on a 3-2 count. Again now showing some frustration on the mound as he walks Strawberry and Hernandez goes to second.
He may have hurt himself with that pitch, and that might be the reason he has been walking around the mound. Some strange signs out there. Of course, that elbow has given him problems all year, on the disabled list 2 times. Let's see if we can pick anything up with this pitch. Oh, yep, that elbow, you can see him writhe in pain. But it appears to be all right. Of course, we mentioned in the second game of this series the fact that Nolan Ryan will have to make a decision this year as to whether to undergo surgery or not, similar to the Tommy John operation.
Kerfell waiting in the bullpen for the phone to ring. Mookie Wilson comes to the plate now with Hernandez at second and Strawberry at first. And Wilson has struck out twice today, swinging. 2 out. Mets in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 1-1 tie. Well, he's been out there a goodly part of the time now over the last 6 pitches. High pop to the left side for Jose Cruz, left fielder, and he makes the catch. And so the Mets threaten in the bottom of the 7th, but they are turned away, stranding 2. And after 7 complete innings, we are still even at 1-1.
Birth control?
A father caught in 2 worlds.
I'm 15 years old.
You're 15 years young.
Trying to understand.
We move to the top of the 8th inning. Nolan Ryan coming off the mound after that last inning seemed to indicate some discomfort. but I don't know whether it was just frustration or not. But I think it's worth noting, Tim, that he has thrown 113 pitches in this ballgame.
And in no time since June 2nd, when he went on the DL with that strained medial collateral in his right elbow, has he thrown over 100 pitches.
Dwight Gooden, on the other hand, as he faces the top of the order for Houston in the top of the 8th inning, has thrown only 88 pitches.
I'll tell you, Keith, as much as anything, I think this ball game and this series so far has shown how evenly matched both these ball clubs are.
Doran puts it on the ground. Past Gooden. First baseman Hernandez covering. Nobody at first. Gooden late getting there. Thought perhaps he had a chance to make a play on the ball and did not. And it's base hit. Bill Doran.
This is an absolutely perfect bunt. Doran bunts it hard enough. Gooden gets off the mound but can't get to it. Hernandez is made to field the ball and has no play.
And Billy Hafner comes up.
Now Hernandez will go in and tell Gooden one of three things. He'll say, when I break, count 1,001 and go home. That'll give me a chance to get closer to the bunt. Or when I break and come back, throw to first base 1 or 2 times. The third thing is when I break, step off. And that prevents that runner from taking off at the same time Hernandez does. We'll see which one is in effect right now.
After he's had his conversation with Dennis Menke at third base coach. Bill Doran now healthy after a severe groin pull. Good speed on first base.
And you saw Hernandez take one step in and then break back.
Knight coming in from third.
The second time. That holds the runner at first base and prevents the runner from taking off with Hernandez, because if Hernandez breaks toward home, there's nobody to cover first base. And a good base runner will take off at the same time.
Bunt, pops back, over the screen, foul. Hafner has to sit out protecting himself with a fastball that ran in on him.
That's the old Casey Stengel theory in bunting situations. When a hitter squares around, throw the ball high and tight. I think Gooden did it inadvertently more than anything else. It was just a high fastball.
On deck here, Denny Wallington. Leadoff man, Doran, off first base. And Chase back.
Never in the hole. You can throw him breaking balls behind in the count, and if you miss with him, so what? Teresa Walling there.
Curveball, strike. Glenn Davis on base. 1 out, 1 on. Base hit. No. Hung up. Throw it back to second base to get the double play. Everybody's running off the field. That was not the third out. The liner to left was over the second out, and finally somebody remembered to get the double play at second base. Inning, Walling at the plate. He hits this liner, and it looks like it might sink, but it doesn't. It stays up. Everybody's running off the field. Bill Doran, in the meantime, is way around third base, and now Mookie Wilson flips the ball into the shortstop at second base to complete the double play, and Doran hangs his hat and goes into the dugout.
Hangs his hat with his head in it.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, with Mookie Wilson catching that ball eye high, that wasn't a shoestring catch or anything like that. He caught that ball eye high, and that's the reason that it was a what could be a very big mistake for the Houston Astros.
For the simple reason that Glenn Davis is the next guy up at the plate.
That's right. And also, you can delay a little bit with Wilson in left field and still end up scoring with Doran's speed, because Wilson's just coming off arthroscopic shoulder surgery and does not throw the ball well. At the very worst, you have runners at first and third and 1 out with Davis up.
Knight, Santana, and Gooden now for the Mets in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 1-1 tie. Houston with 8 hits, New York with only 2, and Roger McDowell is now up in the New York bullpen. Kevin Bass drifting back in right field makes the catch. 1 down. There's Nancy. Frustrated a bit over her husband's fly ball to right in a tie ball game, and here's Rafael Santana coming up now. Hitless in 2 trips today. Nolan Ryan still out there. Kerfeld and Calhoun up in the pen for Houston. Foul back off the hands. Out of play. Right-hander's Kerfeld. Calhoun is the left-hander. He would be a situation pitcher under this circumstance, perhaps one man. One strike on Santana. Dwight Gooden, touched for 8 hits, but he's still even. Loading up the bat. McDowell might get a call here for his 2nd appearance in the championship series. He came in after Fernandez, and Santana swings at a pitch that was up too high, and he knew it. Kind of cock his head and walk away. That's 11 strikeouts in the ball game for Nolan Ryan. And 2 down. Round of applause for Dwight Gooden as he comes up now with 2 out.
I never will forget a remark by Johnny Keane, the manager of the Cardinals, after the '64 series when Bob Gibson threw over 150 pitches and beat the Yankees 7-5.
Well,
Bob went out after Phil Lentz and Clete Boyer hit home runs, and he asked Bob, he said, "How do you feel?" And he said, "I'm fine." And so Johnny went out, and Bobby Richardson popped up to Al Maxwell, and the Cardinals won the series. And after the game, Johnny Keane said, "I had a commitment to his heart And I think Hal Lanier has a commitment to Nolan Ryan's heart in this ball game.
That's a high pop to the right side. Second baseman Bill Doran has the beat on it, and the side is retired. So Ryan gets the Mets in order in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're all even. 1-1, headed for 9.
I don't know. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'd go to college.
Me too.
If I had the money.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
You don't want those fries.
What are you going to do, Jack? Eat your way to college?
Hey, really? I'm going to college on the new GI Bill. You serve full-time in the armed forces or part-time in the reserves, and you earn a lot of money for tuition.
The new GI Bill.
Are you using that pickle?
Now for young men and women in the armed forces. It's a great place to start. See your local recruiter.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America.
When you know what you want, put yourself in today's Chevy Cavalier and listen to your heartbeat.
The heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. That's today's Chevrolet.
You know, the weirdest things happen to me, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I mean, here I am stocking up for Halloween. I got my steaks, got my ribs. Then when I ask the stock boy where the Coors Light is stacked, he points me to the Coors and Coors Light Halloween display, and I'm on it. Whoa, it was like deja vu. Whoa, it was like deja vu. Look for it where you buy beer. I shop here because they slash prices. There goes another one. Happy Halloween, darling.
When these two pitchers first came out in that first inning, Tim McCarver, and off their performance in the first inning, and we suggested we might have a low-scoring ball game, and we're even at 1 going to the 9th inning.
Good suggestion, huh?
Now, we got power against power. We've got Gooden, who is settled down, is pitching a very strong game, even though he's given up 8 runs, but now he faces Glenn Davis in the top of the 9th inning.
Well, Glenn Davis, as we said, his first 2 times up in this ball game, he was locked in, and in my opinion, the most lethal hitter on either ball club right now. So we'll see what happens.
Top of the 9th inning. 1-1 tie in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series, with the series even at 2-2, and the two teams headed for Houston and the Astrodome right after this one is complete. And again, the weather looks pretty good in Boston when we last heard, and it looks like they'll be able to get Game 6 in at Fenway Park tonight between the Angels and the Red Sox. Al Michaels and Jim Palmer up there, along with Chuck Howard, Chet Forty, and all of our folks, having made the transcontinental trip yesterday. Davis, Bass, and Cruz against Gooden. Starts him with a curveball and misses. Ball 1. I don't think Dwight right here wants to get into a power contest unless he has to.
Nope. He has already thrown around 100 pitches.
Jammed him a little bit with a running fastball, and Davis fouls it back out of play.
Mookie Wilson in left field having all types of trouble with that sun, even holding his hand up. As you can see, the shadows now make it doubly tough to hit. And also the sun in the outfield making it doubly tough to catch fly balls.
Darryl Strawberry has called time and is walking in from right field. And the center fielder Dykstra is coming in as well, and I think it may be that Dykstra, as much as anybody, wants sunglasses. So I think Dykstra was trying to get somebody's attention out in center field to call time to get his glasses, and he couldn't get anybody's attention, and finally Strawberry helped him out.
I think one point that we touched on earlier has really come into play. In rain conditions, the players hang around the clubhouse. They're really not sure they're going to play. And by the time they get into the ball game, they've gone 2 at-bats and really don't know how they made the 2 out. You don't really mentally prepare yourself like you would if you know the game is going to be played. I think that's one of the reasons for the low scoring in this game. The other 2 reasons, Dwight Gooden and Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. 1-1 the count on Glenn Davis. did not get all of it. Broke his bat, and the shortstop Santana makes the catch for out number 1. And White breathes a bit of a sigh. Now it's Kevin Bass. Dave Smith is now up in the Houston pen. Smith was tagged by Dykstra for the winning home run, 2-runner, in Game 3 here at Shea Stadium. A game in which Houston had a 4-0 lead going into the 6th inning. Pitch is inside to Bass for ball 1. Kevin has 2 singles in today's game. One and one. He's hit Dwight pretty well all year.
He had a home run against him July 4th.
Second baseman Blackman handles it. 2 down. And now Jose Cruz to face Gooden. Mets will have the top of the order in the bottom of the 9th.
Jose Cruz, one of the few left-handers around who's a good high ball hitter.
Little outside.
And Gooden, his most effective fastball is the fastball upstairs.
Ball 2. McDowell loosened up some an inning ago and has retired. And the pen is quiet on the Mets side. Smith and Kerfeld stay up in the Houston bullpen on the left side. Jose sort of bobs his head and says that was one I should have jumped at. But he didn't, and it's 2-1. A pretty good pitch.
Yeah, it was on the outside part.
3-1.
In order to pull a ball effectively, generally speaking, hitters like the ball on the inside half. That's the ball you really hammer. Your 2-0 and 3-1 situations where you want to really be selective. If the ball's right in that little zone, that's your power zone, go to hacking.
To left for Wilson. Gets a break here because the sun behind the cloud and makes the catch to retire the side. So to the bottom of the 9th inning, a 1-1 tie. Back after this commercial message and a word from your local station. Extra came to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning against Dave Smith. And he hit it out of here. And the Mets won 6-5. Well, he's facing Nolan Ryan today, who's thrown 120 pitches, leading off the bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-1 tie. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. Smith and Kerfeld up and throwing and ready in the Houston bullpen. So Ryan chased him off the plate with that first pitch inside and low. And comes outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. tell you, Terry just about jumped out of the ballpark the other day when he hit that home run, and looks like she's wound up again today. 2-1.
And they're taking the bunt away from Dykstra. Glenn Davis and Denny Walling on the corners. So it's not a good idea for Dykstra to try to bunt it here.
Strike 2. 2-2. He has struck out looking, struck out swinging, and popped out to the third baseman, and Hal Lanier talking to his defense.
He wants Glenn Davis to play closer to the line, not on the line, just closer.
Walling backing up at third now is off the grass and even with the bag. Two pitch. Hit, little soft fly ball to right. Bass coming on and makes the catch. One down. Wally Backman struck out twice today, hitless in 3 trips. Again, the threat of the bunt here with Backman. So the corner people move in. Davis at first, Walling at third. And the pitch is high and away.
Very calm Met dugout.
1-1. One and 2, and Ryan is under 90 now. He's gone 88, 89, but that time on the swinging strike he moved it back up to 92. Now Keith Hernandez. Dykstra led. Fly ball to right. Bottom of the 9th inning, a 1-1 tie in Game 5 of the National League Championship Series. And from here, they head for Houston to play tomorrow afternoon at 3 Eastern Time in the Astrodome. Swing and a foul tip held by Ashby, and that's strikeout number 12 for Nolan Ryan.
The Ryan Express continues to blow people away, and he just blows Wally Backman away.
That's pitch number 130. Now Hernandez with 2 down. Carter to the on-deck circle. Ball 1.
Really admire Hal Lanier. For the first 2 hitters, Len Dykstra and Wally Backman, he was not playing his defense on the line, but now down at first base, Glenn Davis is on the line with Keith Hernandez, a guy who is much more of a pull hitter than Dykstra or Backman. Lanier not following the traditional line of managers by just putting guys on the line with no reason whatsoever.
2 balls and no strikes to Hernandez. Ruth's watched a lot of them, hasn't she?
Certainly has, but she's never watched a World Series game where Nolan Ryan has participated.
There's a strike, 2-1. Well, you go back to that second inning, don't you? And you start recounting it. Pitch is high and away. It's 3 balls and a strike to Keith Hernandez. Ryan was in relief in that 6-9.
Yep, that's right.
We're not sure the roof was there.
Yeah. No, we're not, but that was the only World Series that he participated, but that was before he was established as a star in the major leagues.
Ball is hit high in the air and will stay in the park. A lot of room for Kevin Bass as he angles over to the line and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Nolan Ryan, headed toward 140 pitches in the ball game, goes 9 innings. He's allowed 1 run and only 2 hits and struck out 12.
Announcing the Valvoline 4-Guard I Love a Parade sweepstakes. Win a trip for 4 to 4 of America's greatest parades. To enter, watch the next commercial and remember what the driver of the smoking car says. Then go to a...
Nolan Ryan in the Houston dugout, and you have to have the feeling that he's gone after pitching 9 innings. He threw 135 pitches, allowed 2 hits, one of them a home run by Darryl Strawberry. And he sits there now, puzzling over things, hoping his club can come up with something here in the top of the 10th inning against Dwight Gooden.
Certainly has thrown his last pitch of the 1986 season, more than likely. And maybe his career if he opts for surgery this winter. One never knows.
Unless, of course, they win this series.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ashby hits it sharply at Backman, the second baseman, and he throws him out. Backman's been busy today.
I believe this is the first time that Dwight Gooden has ever gone past the 9th inning.
All right, we're watching to see who comes out for Ryan's spot, and it's Terry Poole. Terry Poole comes out carrying a bat.
This, to my knowledge, now we're not sure on this, but to my knowledge, it's the first time that Dwight Gooden has ever recorded an out in the 10th inning. He has never pitched past the 9th inning in his career.
So he gets Ashby to bounce out to the second baseman, and here is Craig Reynolds, the shortstop, who's hit into a double play and singled in 3 trips. And it's a strike to him. Nobody in the Mets pen. I don't know if it'll be Kerfeld or if it'll be Smith coming out of the Houston pen.
Al Lanier said that if he had that situation of Game 3 with the Astros leading in the 9th, that he would do the same thing and bring in Dave Smith. We'll see.
Coach, he likes Smith protecting.
Yeah, that's right. Tie ball game, he likes Kerfeld. A lead, he likes Smith.
Strike 2 on Craig Reynolds. To the right side, one-handed by Backman. 2 putouts in this inning. Backman's had the ball on his side 8 times.
Major league record in a 9-inning ball game. Of course, we're in the 10th now, but the major league record is 12, held by many second basemen, 12 assists.
Terry Poole now steps in. Picking Canadian who lost his job literally to Kevin Bass. He was injured. Bass came in and played very, very well, and Terry was never able to move him out. But he's a tough guy coming off the bench. 2 out, nobody on. And it's the top of the 10th inning. Goodman's curve now is wicked.
He does have a tendency to get stronger as he goes along, but he's never gone along this long. Terry Poole, as you saw, 1 for 1. 10 for 19 in the 1980 series.
That curveball was up in his eyes, and he leveled at it but fouled it away. A 1-1 tie in the top of the 10th inning. Over the pitching mound, out toward center field, flagged by Santana, stopped by Beckman, Pools aboard, base hit.
And stepping up, second baseman, Bill Doran.
Santana gets to it, might have had a play.
Maybe. But Santana is too far toward third. Of course, you can't be everywhere.
No. Bill Doran. He's the top of the order now with 2 out and the Poole at first base.
Terry Poole has been bothered with a chronic hamstring problem throughout the 1986 season. But it appears to be well now, and when it's well, he runs well.
Bob Nepper and Bob Ojeda scheduled for Game 6 in the Dome tomorrow afternoon at 3 Eastern Time. Pair of left-handers. Just high. Poole edges off first. Sun now has gone back behind the clouds, but you can see more sky right now than we've seen in 2 days. Like the storm has passed New York by now. Poole goes. Throw by Carter. Ball is backed up by Beckman and saves the base. So I must say that Dykstra was on the dead run coming in to back up also, and it might have been hazardous for Poole to risk a run at third if it's gotten through.
Yeah, his primary aim is just second base. That puts him in scoring position. Terry Poole, with only 3 stolen bases all year, steals a very big base here in the playoffs. Had the throw been there, he would have been out, but the throw one-hop Santana, and Beckman is backing up.
And it's a 1-1 count on Bill Doran. Just up 2-1. Some of the folks who didn't get in today. Some of the folks who did get in without a seat, but plenty of empty seats. I'd have been trying to make a deal with somebody so I could sit down if I had an SRO ticket. It is 3 balls and 1 strike to Bill Doran. And now, Dwight Gooden's got to do some pitching.
Well, and you got to figure out, would you rather pitch to Doran, a 276 hitter, or Billy Hatcher? Billy Hatcher, a right-handed batter, and I don't think they're going to give in to Bill Doran in this situation. You might see another curveball.
Not with first base open. He's on.
Some walks are good walks. Other walks are bad walks. That was a good walk if you're playing the percentages. Because I think with the go-ahead run at second base, you would much rather face Billy Hatcher than Bill Doran, especially if you're a right-handed pitcher.
All right, Billy had a single back in the third inning off Gooden. Who is the lead runner at second base? Doran on first with 2 out. Foul back. It is a relatively self-defining circumstance. You've got 2 out in the top of the 10th inning in a 1-1 ball game, and the series is tied 2-2. You got 2 runners on, and basically it's Dwight Gooden against Billy Hatcher. 1 strike on Hatcher. Billy clutches at his bat. That was a pitch he thought he could and should have handled.
If he does hit the ball the other way, that is not his power field. Darryl Strawberry, too deep in right field. He's the opposite fielder with Billy Hatcher hitting.
Two-strike pitch. Ball is hit to right. Down the line. Strawberry on the move. Makes the catch. The Houston Astros strand 2 in the top of the 10th inning in a 1-1 tie. And back after this word from your local station. Anything that has the suggestion of rally around it is now being extricated from whatever it's been in, including the Mets version of the rally cap. Charlie Kerfeld is on in relief of Nolan Ryan. He pitched in Game 2, got a double play. He came in Game 3 and got 6 in a row. What did he get? 3 in a row. So he's done his job each time he's been in the ball game. Now he's pitching to Gary Carter, Darryl Strawberry, and Mookie Wilson. A 1-1 tie at the bottom of the 10th inning, Shea Stadium in New York.
The one thing about Kerfeld, he can get very wild if the Mets allow him to. Mets, however, on the other hand, a free-swinging ball club.
Gets that in his hand. That's a hard shot at third base. Kenny Wally handles it well and throws him out. Good play by Wally, guarding the line. That's right.
And with a guy like Carter, you have to respect his ability to pull the ball, and that's why Hal Lanier had Wally on the line. In the early innings, this would have been a double. Nothing is going right for Gary Carter in this series.
Darryl Strawberry. Inside. That one was a home run. Count is now 1-1. Strawberry hit it on a 3-2 count at the bottom of the 5th inning. Gooden having been successful in the top of the 10th inning. A Roscoe is up at the bullpen for the Mets. Power against power there. Curveball won it. It's wide. 2-2. Jesse Roscoe, who has won one and made 2 appearances. This will be his 3rd if he is summoned in. Curveball just wailing away out on the mound. Strikes out Strawberry.
Well, you saw Nolan Ryan blow Mets away today. The Mets have had only 3 base runners all afternoon and are very fortunate to be tied at 1 here in the 10th inning. That's all. He just blew Strawberry away.
Davey Johnson now starting to pace some. Most of the day he's been perched over there in one corner in one spot. Not now. Mookie Wilson inside corner, called strike. You get a stiff neck wearing it. Foul ball, strike 2.
That's the first slider that Curveball has thrown. And usually Alan Ashby will work him to the point where he will not throw a breaking ball unless he's ahead in the count. So you may see another one here.
He's confident, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Fouled away left side. Carson is sitting the box. Struck out 2, and he comes bounding off the mound, having retired 3 in a row. And we are headed for the 11th inning in a 1-1 tie. There are lots of premises you can choose for your home. But what he has done in this championship series, it's his 3rd appearance, and he got the win. He was the winner the other day when he backed hit his home run to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Danny Heath is now in left field for the Mets, replacing Mookie Wilson. Why would they make that change?
Well, Danny Heath will bat 9th in the bottom of the 11th inning, and Jesse Orozco will be batting 6th. Orozco batting 6th, and Danny Heath will be the 3rd hitter in the bottom of the 11th inning. That's a modification of a double switch.
Right.
You don't make it when you're on defense. You make it when you're, well, yeah, I guess it was made when you're on defense. But not during the middle of an inning. It's made at the beginning of an inning. Surrounded that point, didn't I?
A little Strauss will hurt you. All right, Denny Walling, Glenn Davis, and Kevin Bass are coming up here in the top of the 11th inning. And coming up tonight at 8 Eastern Time, Game 6 of the American League Championship Series.
Al Lanier usually pinch hits Phil Garner against a left-handed pitcher in a spot like this, but not here. Interesting.
Foul back. The story of the Mets relief pitchers in this series. Curveball from Orozco, and it's fouled away, and Jesse has the edge against Walling. 2 strikes. Went fishing and struck out.
Jesse Orozco, if he has that good breaking ball going for him, he can be as tough against left-handed hitters as anybody, and Denny Walling goes too far.
Now, Glenn Davis. We are in the top of the 11th inning. If you're just getting home in time to have a look at it, it's 1-1 between the Mets and the Astros. The series now moving back to Houston as of tomorrow afternoon, 3 Eastern time. And of course tonight here on ABC, the American League Championship Series out of Fenway Park in Boston between the Angels and the Red Sox. Angels leading that one 3-2. Davis missing the curve, and it's 1-1.
And we just saw a version of the Houston Astro rally caps. Different teams, different rally caps. It's still 1-1.
Well, that one looked like it was right down the heart of the plate.
Well, that's what that breaking ball will do to hitters. It'll make them tentative on the pitches that technically is their strength.
Curveball, fastball, curveball, looking gone.
That was that backdoor curveball, breaking ball on the outer part of the plate. Right down Westheimer.
I guess I should explain that. We were down in Houston, and one of the writers suggested that Tim might be a little biased by referring to a pitch as being right down Broadway in the opening game. So we just wanted to make sure that Houston got just due. 1 strike on Kevin Bass, who turns around against the left turner, hits right-handed, and has more power from this side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, look at that thing snapping there. 1-2 to Bass. Throws him out, and he too does his job. He strikes out 2, as did Kerfell, gets him in order, and we're headed for the bottom of the 11th inning in a 1-1 tie. 1-9-0 for Houston and 1-2-0 for the Mets. Houston has left 7 on base.
Character, even nobility, if you like. It should be known as the best of its kind. And most of all, a light beer should be as great as its namesake. That's why there's Bud Light, the light beer with the first name and taste. Everything else is just a light.
Bump it up and down. And ready to pitch now to Ray Knight, pinch hitter Lee Mazzilli, and then Danny Heap. It'll be Heap's first time up as well. Starts him with a strike. They've handled Ray today. 0 for 3. Outside corner.
Kind of get the feeling in this game that nobody's ever going to get another hit.
You do, another night in New York.
No contest, yeah.
Finish it after breakfast.
Game called on account of pitchers too tired.
Foul ball left side. Well, the starters, Ryan went 9, allowed 2 hits and 1 run. Gooden went 10 and allowed 1 run. Fifth inning had all of the action today. Over the middle and flagged down by Doran. Throws and gets him. Pretty good arm shown there by Doran.
He is just a fine all-around ball player. Watch how he plants. Of course, Ray Knight is not going to get too many infield hits. Ray is not a fast runner. Watch how Doran plants so he can get something on the ball. Fine play by Doran.
Lee Mazzilli now will hit for Santana. Had a pinch hit single in the series. Kerfeld has retired 4 in a row since he came on in relief for Bryan. And the fastball is a little low. Inside corner for a called strike. Breaking pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike to Mazzilli. Danny Heap is on deck, and then you'll have the top of the order. Smith stays loose in the Houston bullpen. 2-2 on the foul back to the screen. Had to be low.
That's one thing about Lee Mazzilli. He will make you throw strikes. His value increases as a pinch hitter.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Hit on the ground to Davis at first base. He'll do it himself. 2 down.
Number 25, left fielder, Danny Heap.
If you were the first baseman, this is how you would have fielded it, I'm sure. Glenn Davis has really worked hard on his defense and is a much improved first baseman.
Former Astro Danny Heap at the plate. And Kerfeld, fastball strike. Change, drifts outside. Guarding the lines as Dykstra swings a bat in the on-deck circle. 2 out in the bottom of the 11th inning. That ball is hit sharply, but it's going to be foul into the crowd down the left side. Danny Heap, one of those Astros involved in that dramatic 1980 series against the Philadelphia Phillies. Now he's a Met. And this series is becoming just as dramatic as the 1980.
He came to the Mets for Mike Scott back in 1982.
Called him out. So Kerfeld has now struck out 3, retired 6 in a row, and we are headed for the top of the 12th inning in a 1-1 tie. As you see, the strikeout pitch by Kerfeld. Thing took a pretty good dip too, didn't it?
Yeah, Danny tried to hold up on the slider in the dirt, but he just couldn't hold up. He went too far.
The Silver Bullet, home of a cold Coors Light.
Jimbo, yo, where's Nadine tonight?
They're probably sitting by the phone waiting for yours truly. Give me a Coors Light, will you, sweet thing?
You guys have a little love spot?
Nah, man's got to have some space. Gotta show these women who's boss. Got to zig when they zag. Hey, I know it's brutal, but a man's got to do. But Nadine.
Yo. Oh, she looks miserable.
Yeah.
No slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
We're your type of man.
At shortstop as a result of Mazzilli pinch hitting.
The Astros, left fielder, Jose Cruz.
This is the 3rd time in championship series play that we are going to a 12th inning. 1 in the National and 1 in the American. Cincinnati, New York back in 1973 was a 12-inning affair. Excuse me, Jim, go ahead.
Keith. As a matter of fact, before this 3-game set here in New York, that was the only game that the Mets had ever lost here in championship play. They lost 2-1 to the Reds in that 12-inning game.
Jose Cruz, Alan Ashby, And we'll see about Craig Reynolds. As Orozco starts him with a pitch that sails outside for ball 1. Jesse got him in order, striking out the first 2 he faced in the top of the 11th inning. That's a strike. High pop left side, may have a play on it. Knight goes back. Elster's there. Knight. We had that situation a little closer to the rail the other day, and Knight was called off of it. But I think the way Ray went back that time, he'd have taken an elephant to run him off the ball. He was going to get it. Now Ashby hitting right-handed. And Orozco's retired the first 4 he's faced.
It has been pointed out to us that the way the Reds won that game back in 1973, that 2-1 12-inning game, a Pete Rose home run in the 12th inning off Harry Parker.
Breaking pitch, and Ashby misses. Dickie Thon has now come out for Reynolds. Thon had a home run himself solo the other day when 3-1 win in game number 4. McDowell is back up in the New York bullpen. Roger McDowell. That's 2 balls and 1 strike. There's Roger, made 1 appearance so far. High right side foul. Two pitch, bounce to the shortstop. Third baseman comes over, cuts it off. Good play, Knight. High throw, but Hernandez handles it. Don't know if Elster would have gotten him.
Elster was too deep. What's always amazed me is quickness at third base does not necessarily indicate speed. We said Ray Knight does not run well, but he's quick. Brooks Robinson the same way. The quickest guy, 2 steps, 2.5, 3 steps, but he couldn't run real fast.
Now Dickie Thon steps in. That 1 hit was a home run into the Houston bullpen in left field. Davey Lopes has come out to the on-deck circle now and will hit for the pitcher Kerfeld. That means Smith will be next for Houston. Dave Smith. He was the man shocked by Dykstra. The 2-run home run that won here on Saturday. But he had 33 saves during the regular season. And the man leading off the 12th to face Dave Smith, Lenny Dykstra. 2-1.
Thon thought that ball was in.